Okay, I go back into the extra room. This is an undisclosed amount of time ago. The TV was off, house was silent. There was no trace of the terrace that I had reported earlier. It was like no one was there. After about 4 minutes, 3 minutes, short amount of time, a terrorist appeared from the constructed door, which is over my kitchen appliance. Not jumping, but still the action of chasing. And then all this calculated, premeditated, very lethal terrorist activity started taking place that I was witnessing. They were moving to calculated, premeditated areas of the hallway, rooms on the third floor, and all over the murder room, one that I could tell. Loud and proud. Everything they did was calculated and premeditated. Within about 3 minutes, it seemed like a long 3 minutes because it was really getting pretty scary in there. The TV flips on. They were making working sounds, but I've been around this. This is not my first day here. So they were doing something a little bit off their regular routine. Okay, so it wasn't quite working sounds. It was to be noticed. Sounds, movement sounds, fast, calculated. Just take these words. I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't take notes because of the evil military. Okay, and that's because of this military gear. The 67% of this house or something I don't talk about because how could I? The point to this whole terrorist cell. All right, let's go back because I need to stay on point. All right. At that point, the TV flipped on. Loud. At that point, about a minute, everything that happened was within 1 to 2 minutes, then to the next. 1 to 2 minutes, then to the next. Yeah, that's a little bit off their frantic, heathen, savage MO. Okay, so then something really heavy had to have weighed a ton. Piece of furniture, but the agents and military will tell me what. Was drug. You know where my door is? That door. So you see that furniture? Okay, you see that water stain? It was about right there. The drug, it had to weigh a ton. And that's also where the mob door is. So, and then, all right, after that, 1 to 2 minutes, the TV goes off. Okay? The terrorist is still moving around multiple places in the murder room. They have been in multiple areas of floor 3. All right. 1 to 2 minutes after that was dragged. All of a sudden, a staged, contrived, phony conversation, really loud, erupted right in the same spot where the white terrorist female always is doing this activity, terrorist activity. So the conversation was as loud as the TV gets. It's just clearly shouting and laughing up there. Talking to, I would imagine, somebody, another terrorist, but it sounded like a city official. That's what I would think. It's the same routine, same people she's always talking to. The conversation, to note, is important. I mentioned this, lasted for 7 minutes at least while I was in there trying to prepare food. This whole event lasted for a good 10 minutes because I was in there for that long before I had exited the room. All right. It was an audio phone. It was a male that she was talking and talking so loud. and laughing, also laughing, and then talking, but in a whining complaint type of conversation. It's here nor there what the terrorist cannibal was really saying, other than she was having a staged, contrived, really fucking loud conversation after all that terrorist activity she had just engaged in. Okay? All right. So, about 1 to 2 minutes after that conversation erupted and was going on and on and on and on, another terrorist came in. I'm certain there was at that point too. Okay? That terrorist came in through the cubbyhole door over my closet. Quiet. They didn't jump. It wasn't all this savagery. That terrorist started moving around like she did. I presume it was her initially that was moving around all over the 3rd floor. That terrorist did the same thing. And it started working fast, calculated certain things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't spazzed out like I've reported they are MO, usually spazzed out. That terrorist was working. And that terrorist at that point drugged something else that had to have weighed an absolute ton over by the closet area. Okay, that side of the murder room. So we got 2 really heavy objects dragged at different points in this terrorist activity they engaged in that I witnessed. That terrorist was silent, did not want to be detected. It was moving around. You could hear it creaking. Oh, speaking of creaking, the female terrorist, I presume, before she started dragging and erupting in stage conversation, was creak, walking, dude. They don't want to be heard. That shit is so fucking creepy when they do that. So that, and then the other one that she was with was doing that. That one did not want to be detected, but I clearly heard that was 2. Okay, so the conversation is now going on, and about 3 minutes after that terrorist had done what it was doing, and I could hear it was still working, actively involved in whatever task this terrorist that did not want to be detected was engaged in, another terrorist started tapping like this. Just for about 15 seconds continuous on the Alb mob side of the room, either from that side or there was 3. I don't believe from where I heard the second terrorist that did not want to be detected that it was possibly that terrorist, because it was coming from her side, which is where I just filmed. I don't believe it was her. So I'm just going to report this as I was witnessing it. It's been a while and I couldn't take notes, so that's the best that I can impromptu put up. There was more really creepy fucking shit they did while they were up there. At that point, I left the room. It was getting too fucking scary, okay? They were up to something very dangerous. It was too organized. I'm getting out of there. The conversation's going, and this is fucking, she's in a, ooh, these, and he, the male, and I'm the male and the female terrorist here. These are my thoughts, right? I'm like, I'm getting out of this room now. So I come in here and I close the door. About 20 minutes later, it'd been a while before I could put this up. The toilet starts flushing and they're back to what I can say is bomb making or dismemberment of human, bodies. Well, that's what they do here, but it's just hard. It's so disgusting. Okay, so there was more. If I bring to my attention as I'm reflecting, I'll bring it up, but I just needed to honestly just get the basic synopsis over to the agents who are surveying this house that I did witness that. All right, bye.